In previous video we had already seen nested if else statement. Today in this video lecture we are going to start with our fourth statement, that is else if ladder statement. First of all, what do you mean by ladder? Ladder means combination of stairs, right? Multiple stairs is called as a ladder. Same way, in this else if ladder statement we can use multiple conditions together. We can use n number of conditions. And how we can write else if ladder statement? So first of all, just see the syntax. First condition we can write using if statement. So if in bracket first condition. Here we have a multiple condition. So our first condition is called as condition 1, then second is called as a condition 2. In this way we can use n number of condition. Now we can write second condition using else if statement. So just write else, then space, then if, and in bracket condition 2. And if this condition become true, then statement associated with particular condition will be executed. Suppose this condition 2 become false, then check for another condition, and we can write third number of condition using again else if. So suppose you have a 5 different condition, then first condition we have to write in if statement, that if condition 1, then remaining 4 conditions are we have to write using else if, means else if condition 2, else if condition 3, else if condition 4. Now we have a 4 different condition, but is it possible that all the condition become false? In this case we have to write our else statement, and else statement is nothing but our false part, or here we can say that it is a default statement. And after else if ladder the next statement will be executed. So here just see in the syntax that suppose our first condition become true, then statement 1 will be execute and directly our control goes to the next statement. The remaining condition will not be checked. But if your first condition become false, then in this case second condition will be checked, and then after if this condition become true, then our control goes to the next statement after executing statement number 2. In this way else if ladder will work. Let's see the diagram of else if ladder, how we can represent the syntax in the diagram form. So first of all, first condition, so we have to write in diamond condition 1, and if this condition become true, then statement 1 will be executed, and then after directly next statement will be executed. But if your condition 1 become false, then after check for the next condition, that is condition 2, and if this condition become true, then statement 2 will be executed, and then after control goes to the next statement. But if condition 2 become also false, then in this case check for the another condition, that is condition number 3. If this condition become true, then statement 3 associated with this condition will be executed, and then control goes to the next statement. But if this condition become false, then last condition we can say that condition n will be checked, and if it is true, then statement number n will be executed. But if all the condition become false, then our else part will be executed, and in else part we have to write our default statement. So the default statement will be executed, and then after our control goes to the next statement. So at a time only one statement will be executed where our condition become true. So you can see the diagram, it is in the form of ladder. That's why we can say that it is a else if ladder. Just look like the ladder, that's why. Now let's see the statement with one example, or we can say one program. So the definition of program is like print the given number is positive, negative or 0. Means what we have to do here, we have to enter one number, and we have to check that we have a enter one number, it is a positive, it is a negative, it is a 0 or we have a enter valid number or not. So first of all, first statement is our header file. So first include the header file. Then after all logic we have to write in main function. So write the function void main. Then after here we have to check for only single number. So declare one number, that is integer a. You can take any of the name of your variable, and I want to enter the value of that number from the user. So we have to use scanf function, right? So first we have to write printf that enter number. Then after scanf, and in scanf we have to write %d and %a. Now just think how many conditions we have to write here. So we can decide it from our definition. So we have to check that our number is positive, negative and 0. So we have to write 3 different conditions, one for positive, one for negative and one for 0. And first condition we can write using if statement. So how we can write it? So first write if, and our variable is a. So a greater than 0 is our first condition. So this condition is checked for positive number. Suppose I am enter the value of a is 5, then 5 greater than 0, condition true? Yes. So in this case our statement is like printf, a is positive. Next, check for another condition, that else if, and all remaining condition we have to write using else if statement. So write else, then space, then if, and in bracket a less than 0. Then in this case we can say that it is a negative number. So in printf a is negative. Now for 0, how we can write the condition? Again write the else if statement, and in bracket a is equal to 0. Why double equal to? Because when we use relational operator for comparison, then the sign for equal to is double equal to. Single equal to is used for assignment operator. So just remember this thing. So if a is equal to, else if a is equal to 0, then printf a is 0. What we can write in else part? Suppose I am enter capital A instead of any integer value, then our message will like enter only numeric value, because we can check positive, negative and 0 only for numeric value, not for any character value, right? So in else we can write that enter only numeric value. This is called as our default statement. Now how it will execute? So we have a total 4 types of output possible. Suppose see the output, enter a number. Suppose I am entered 10, then first check the condition 10 greater than 0, condition true, then it will print a is positive. Then remaining condition will not become true for 10, because 10 less than 0 false, 10 is equal to 0 false. Else part will not execute because already our first if is executed here. Now check for another value. So the second output is like enter number, and I am entering -5. So check for first condition, but -5 greater than 0, here our first condition become false. That's why it will check for second one, and our second condition is a less than 0. So -5 less than 0, condition true. So in this case our output is like a is negative. Now check for another value. Suppose I am enter number 0, then our first condition 0 greater than 0, condition false, then 0 less than 0, again false, and third condition 0 is equal to 0, yes. So our third condition become true here. So our output is like a is 0. And suppose we enter capital A or any of the alphabet, then in this case our all the conditions become false, and our message is like enter only numeric value. Suppose you enter C instead of all the numeric value, then again your else part will be executed. So in this way else if ladder statement is working. Let's see practically. Welcome to the practical session. Let's see one another example using ELSEIF ladder, that check the definition, write a program to print grade according to the following rules. So which rules? First of all, P means P indicate as a percentage. If your percentage greater or equal to 80, then just print the message like distinction. Then if your percentage is between 60 to 80, means percentage greater or equal to 60 and less than 80, in this case we have to print message first class. And if your percentage greater or equal to 50 and less than 60, then just print the second class. And if your percentage less than 50, then just print fail. So here we can say that multiple conditions are here. So we have to write this program using ELSEIF ladder. Now first of all, how many variables require here? Only single variable. Why? Because we have to check only for one value, that is percentage. And which data type we can take here? Is it possible that percentage is in a float, that 95.2? Is it possible? So I am taking one data type float, and for percentage I am simply taking variable P. And this value, the value of percentage we have to enter from the user. So you have to use scanf function. So first I am writing printf enter percentage, and then scanf, which control string use here? Percentage F, because it is float, and ampersand P. Now here our first condition is like our percentage greater or equal to 80 and it is compulsory less or equal to 100, right? So first condition we can write using if. So if our percentage greater or equal to 80 and percentage less or equal to 100. Now here you can see that in if we have write two different conditions, one for percentage greater or equal to 80 and one for less or equal to 100. But if both the condition compulsory true, then and then this if will be executed. So here in between two condition we can use one logical operator, that is logical AND operator. Means first and second both the true, then and then this if will be executed. So here first write the printf that distinction. So first condition is completed. Now check for another condition. So our second condition is percentage greater or equal to 60 and less than 80. So how we can write it? First write else, then space, then if. In else if write P greater or equal to 60 and again we have to use logical AND operator, P less than 80. In this case we can write printf first class. So printf first class. Same thing we have to write for 50 to 60. So again use else if and our condition is like P greater or equal to 50 and P less than 60. In this case you have to write second class. So printf second class. And if these all the condition become false, then we can say that our percentage is less than 50. So in else I am writing printf that fail. So here we have write total 3 different condition. You can also write p less than 50 in one another else if statement. But for code optimization I am writing like this way. Now execute the program. Run the program. So here enter percentage. Suppose I am enter 95.6. Then the output is distinction. Check for another value. If I am enter 56, then it is a second class. Check for another value. Suppose I am enter 30.66. Then obviously our output is like fail. So you can see on the screen output is fail. So in this way we can use else if ladder statement for multiple conditions. Hope guys you understand this lecture very well. If you have any query then you can contact me anytime. We will meet soon in next video with switch statement. Till then take care, bye bye, thank you so much.